This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, February 27th. I'm here with Stephanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. Let's jump right in, guys. Okay, take a look at your screen, okay? Tonight, everyone is talking about this bottle-popping player on a yacht. And if you don't know who he is, maybe this will help. Watch.
Wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again.
She transformed into a man for her new video called The Man. Taylor wants to show the double standards between men and women. What do you think about this, Steph?
Well, I've not seen all the video.
I know.
So I don't know the whole video, but what I do really like Taylor Swift for is her sassy messages that she hides within her music videos. So I do know that as part of this music video, she goes into the subway and there's all her old album covers as like posters on the subway wall, and it says "Missing, if lost, please call." And obviously that's in a reference to her albums not being hers anymore. And also there's a big sign that's a scooter, and it says "No scooters allowed," obviously in reference to Scooter Braun. So I love her for her sassiness, and she just calls stuff out. You know, I don't mind it. I mean, we've seen Beyonce do this before with like "If I Were a Boy," similar kind of concept. So it's nothing that new, but I don't mind it.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys for a second, okay? Right. And this is gonna be a reach, so stay with me here.
Go on.
I get her point of view, and that's her truth, okay?
Yeah.
That's her. But if we roll some other B-roll of what she's stereotyping in that video,
Let's have a look.
It's like she's making be that dad. And this guy in the subway, that's never been me. That's never been any of my friends to be that guy. We would stand up for women who came on the subway. So I get her
I've
truth.
seen, but living in London, honey, I've seen that a lot.
And I'm not saying there isn't guys like that. There totally is. But that's not my truth. So is it okay for me as a white male, and I know what that means, me as a white male. Nobody wants to hear from me or say that. But is it okay for me to feel some type of way about that?
Actually, I love that you feel that way, Jeff.
Yeah.
I love that, because that is what empathy is all about. Because for when you're saying that this might be the first time in the history of pop culture or mainstream media in this country that white men are feeling what marginalized groups have been feeling for a very long time. So the idea that you are even feeling that way is a gigantic step, because that means that you can understand every time I've seen a black woman portrayed in the media as something less than the queen that she is, and how that makes me feel. If there's something that is a stereotype in terms of, you know, marginalizing people who are already being marginalized, and people just believe because it's in pop culture and in mainstream media that speaks for everyone, and it doesn't. It speaks for a very subset group of people in every single community. So I do think it's important that you do speak out about that, because that's what empathy means. It means the idea of being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and now we all feel it.
Thank you for that, because I learn from you guys every day on topics like this, and now I'm learning something about myself.
Glad you're even open to it, man.
Thank you guys. Thanks for understanding. All right, from one white guy to another, Ben Affleck is still talking about his sobriety and his ex-wife, Jennifer Gardner. If you remember, he said divorcing her was the biggest regret of his life. Well, her new boyfriend isn't feeling it. People close to John Miller tell Us Weekly he's not comfortable with Ben's interviews. He reportedly feels for Ben when it comes to the alcohol and sobriety and things like that, but he's worried about Jen being the focus of his sobriety. Now, this is your boy.
My guy. Matter of fact, let me text him, see what he's been talking about lately. Now, look, I understand what that boyfriend's feeling, though. You know, because you realize that that's the mother of Ben's kids. They're always going to have some sort of relationship. Special relationship for sure. So maybe this guy is in a point where he's like, I'm falling for this woman. I'm liking this woman. I'm really seeing these qualities that Ben is talking about. I'm ready to take things to another step. But is this guy going to, is there something I have to worry about? You know, is he going to try and slide back in there somewhere down the future? So I don't think he's, I don't think there's anything wrong with him saying this. I think that's just an in-house conversation he needs to have with Jen.
Well, he's been dating Jen for 2 years now, so it's not a particularly new relationship. But one thing I find is he's not in the same situation as Ben and Jen. So he's not a massive public figure. He's not a household name, which both of them are. They've had to grow up together in the limelight. They've had a very public divorce, and Ben obviously has been struggling for many years with his different forms of addictions, which he's been very open and honest about. And guess what? Jen was his wife for a long time. They do have children together, and all of that was in the media. And I don't see any reason why he's not being disrespectful. He's not saying, I want her back. He's saying, you know what? I really messed up, and I really regret what happened. He's not saying, I want Jen back. And whilst for the new partner, yeah, that might be uncomfortable. You might not love it, but you know, there are millions of people that go through this every single day, and you know, different families that are just trying to make it work.
Yeah, but it's a little different when your boys, you know, and the board meeting are like, yeah, but your girl's ex-guy was Batman. Like, it just...
I mean, what's he gonna do? He's dating Jen, then don't date someone
Or they're
famous.
using that Boston accent from Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, but like, then don't date someone famous. If you can't handle that kind of pressure, you knew who her ex-husband is, you know who her baby daddy is, don't date her. You can't handle it.
And one last thing, I think he's saying these things about Jen because it relates to the movie. Like when you guys go see The Way Back in theaters, March 6th, you guys, the wife,
Look at you, promo.
The wife in the movie was going through a lot of the things and doing a lot of things for the character that Jen was doing as well. So I think it's a way for him to talk out, you know, what he was going through at that time and sell the movie at the same time.
Great plug, man. Thank you. Great plug.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Jordan Peele's reboot of Candyman isn't out until June, and it's already freaking us out.
No.
Here's your first look, Erica. Check it out.
He's the monster that's part of this neighborhood.
Why are you drawn to this?
I'm hoping to spread the story all about Candyman. The mirror invites you to summon him. You should say his name. I dare you.
Candyman. Candyman.
Candyman.
Candyman.
Don't say that.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Erica, you in that movie?
Erica, you can have to
Can we do a split screen?
You did it. That was good.
I was like, that was my soul sister. Y'all have to understand. Okay, y'all have to understand. Candyman, I don't remember the year it came out, but
92.
when I watched Candyman, I said it twice.
Yep.
Wait, how many times is the rule?
5.
Is it 5 or
I think
is
it's
it
like
4?
Beetlejuice.
Anywho, so I watched this movie with my older brother and my dad. We all went to bed that night, and I went into my bedroom, and the tree, it was a really windy night, and there was a sensor. This is like when the light sensors first came out, and they would like get turned on by anything, and the tree kept moving, and the sensor kept going off, and it was casting this shadow onto my wall. So I finally ran out of my bedroom and got into bed with Big Mama and my little sister Ebony, but it was a full-size bed, and there wasn't enough room for everybody in there. So I just kind of hung off the side of the bed the entire night because it scared me that badly, and I have not watched a scary movie since.
What was the name of that movie?
I'm not saying.
You said it twice already, though. We're going to get her.
It's
We know
5
it's
times. It's 5
serious.
times.
3 more times.
It's 5 times.
I'm not saying it. Okay, 5 times.
DBL is live. Coming up, Jason Ritter is known for his TV and movie roles, but can he also sing? He tells Lindsey Granger what it was like being in the movie Frozen 2. And we're blowing your minds tonight, guys. Mentalist Wayne Hoffman is getting into our heads. Trust me, you guys do not want to miss this guy.
Grubhub and No Kid Hungry are feeding the 1 in 7 kids who live with hunger. Join us, round up your change, and donate with every Grubhub order. Order and donate today.
CashNetUSA.com, man. I help when money's tight.
If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as the same business day. Get the cash you need fast. Apply online today. Go to CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Why?
Yeah, that was good. I like
What happened?
Because I don't know what it is.
We are here live with Eminem's new artist, Stephanie. If you guys haven't seen the video.
Rob actually came up with a really good name for me earlier. It's, say again, Rob, you made it.
The real slim lady.
The real what?
The real slim lady.
Oh, she likes that, yeah.
No, because he's the real Slim Shady.
No, I understand that.
All right. Just making sure.
Just making sure.
Okay, you're right.
If you guys could see this coat that our camera guy's wearing, which I think I know whose coat it originally was.
Yours.
Was it yours? Yeah, I got it from China. And
it came in too small?
It came in too small. It's an XL. It's a Chinese XL.
Dude, I gave him a sweater, a Christmas sweater I got from China, and it came in small. Let me show Mike better real fast.
Was that yours?
Yeah, it just got in today.
Look, it's not even cold in here, and Michael Better's wearing this. Whoa! That better be faux fur, buddy. That better be faux fur.
Hey,
that's real.
Coronavirus sold separately.
Yeah, where did you order that from?
Let's not do jokes about that.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we should not do that.
Okay, never mind. Okay,
Anyways,
you guys just saw me get
Candyman.
reprimanded.
Listen,
I'm the rebel around here, baby.
Candyman, I don't know if that
Without
one.
a cause. A rebel without a cause.
Exactly.
It's got to be filmed. That one's, I'm guessing, is Cabrini Green too, right? I don't know.
Cabrini Green, yes.
Oh, they filmed it on location.
Wait a minute. How could they film it at Cabrini Green when Cabrini Green ain't there anymore?
No, it's still there.
It was like
they have references to it.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's a shell of itself. And then the rest of it was done in the LA soundstage.
And it was filmed in
Soundstage, yeah.
Chicago, but then they make references to it on the soundstage.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. So, man, that original Cabrini Green was dead center in the middle of Chicago.
Yeah.
Like the bars were on the other side.
It was
like
on Halstead and
Yeah. So like when you watch Cabrini Green, then you go downtown and see Cabrini Green, you're like,
I'm so confused.
Candyman's in there. It's scary.
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, Sam, Jeff, and I had our minds blown by world-renowned mentalist Wayne Hoffman. It's gonna blow your mind too. Watch.
I'm going to challenge you because, you know, I've seen this on TV. I've been skeptical in the past, and it's hard for me to buy it. So earlier, nobody has touched this envelope. I drew a picture earlier, sealed it up. It's been with me this entire time since like 2 hours ago. So I'm going to open it. Well, you tell me what you think I drew, and then I'm going to open it. So I'm really going to test you on live TV.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're live. All right. There's no turning back now. Okay. Right away.
My heart's thumping.
They told me somebody up here was going to be a skeptic, so that would be you, clearly.
Yes.
So okay, well let's try it. Just look at me now. Right away, I can get a sense of your personality type. You're a channel A because an analytical person like that would do that. Now I'm also looking at your style of dress. Okay, it's very natural. It's an animal print. So I'm gonna say just subconsciously you have something in that vein. It might be an animal or something like that, and then I'll look at the statistics of what a person might draw. Did you feel yourself purse your lips a second ago?
Yes.
Do you know why you did that?
No, because I'm nervous.
Oh,
I want you to get it.
You gotta tell.
What do you mean?
He's
I have a
reading you
tell.
right now.
Shoot. I just want him to get it right because I don't want to set him up for failure.
I think he's gonna get it
right. Well, that tells a lot about.
I believe in you, Wayne.
As well. Something like this. Now, if it's close, I'll be happy. Okay, I'll even write what it is because my drawing is terrible. I'm gonna say this just based upon a few things.
I hope you get it right.
Well, I'll show you. Open it up. We'll turn them around at the same time.
Okay, I kind of want to see.
Please, please, please,
All right,
please,
all right.
please, please, please. Yeah, right. Oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. How did you do that? And honestly, nah, it's a daisy. Like not a flower. It is a daisy. He wrote daisy.
That was amazing.
That is crazy. That is I gotta give you a hug. That is unbelievable. Whoa.
It's crazy, right?
And it wasn't a flower. It was a daisy.
It was
Kate,
between a rose and a daisy.
You're unbelievable. One more demo we hear, and I want to give you your shot. I guess you got another demo from us.
She's freaking out over it. She's like,
That's insane. Okay, so you have something else planned.
So I'm glad that worked because that would have been a terrible opener.
I was so nervous. Go ahead.
You were nervous.
Whoa.
This is my career. I have something for you. So check this out. I'll let you choose. You're gonna take one of these cans home with you. Which one do you want to take home? It's your call. That one, take it home. Now, let's be honest, what are you likely to do with that? It's an empty can. What are you likely to do when you go home?
I'll put it in the recycling bin.
Right, you're gonna get rid of it. But as adults, we don't think and we don't use our imagination. I'll show you what we could do. Check this out. You can see the can is open and crushed. If you use your imagination, you could believe that you could take the dents out of the can.
Oh my God!
And see the dents are coming out of the can. Now we still have a hole, right? But if you imagine I can take the hole and throw it away.
Right.
If you grab it and imagine you get rid of it, you can just make it disappear.
That's crazy!
It's actually, tap on that, it's resealed.
No way.
Yeah, she's freaking out. But listen,
There's no liquid in there.
No, there's nothing in there. Yeah, imagine we can fill it up.
No. Yeah, right.
And heavier and heavier. So to all your viewers and to you guys here on set, I would just like to make a toast to each.
Yeah, right, Wayne.
And everyone.
Oh my gosh! The devil is alive! The devil is alive! Wow, Jeff!
Awesome.
Jeff, that's insane.
There, you get the rest. Now take that home and try it. And if you do it, you can open my show.
Let me see this can. So earlier when I talked to you backstage and I told you I was going to draw a picture, you also said there's like 6 billion words in Wikipedia. Randomly go through Wikipedia and pick one of those 6 billion words. I have it in my mind. I'm going to write it down and I want to see if you get this too, because this is insane.
Challenges.
Yeah. Out of 6 billion words, that's the word that I found.
Put me on the spot. Okay, let's see if we can.
I'm nervous.
This way.
This is no way. This is a 1 out of 6 billion chance.
I want to point something out. This is totally legit, right? Like you never told me that you were even going to do this. Okay, all right. Just look at me. Are
you
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Weird question. Are you a Leo?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just getting a sense of the. Okay, look at me. Does it start with the letter R?
No.
Does it start with an O?
Nope.
I'm getting multiple letters from you. It's very quick. Just look at me. What's the first letter? Tell me.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
A.
Hey, I didn't get an A. Just look at me. Think of it. Think of it. I'm gonna say, and this is a random word.
Out of 6 billion that
It's totally random. It's not meaningful.
It was random.
Totally random.
Yes.
Tell me. Here again. Boom. That's what I'm getting.
Show it to Jeff.
Jeff, look.
Is it the same one? No, it's not.
Are you thinking?
Is it advantages?
Oh my God!
That's crazy. That is, you guys, please, viewers, know, I swear on everything on my baby in my tummy. This is not organized. This is not produced. I swear on my life, he did not know what was in this envelope, and I swear on my life that I went and picked that word, didn't even write it down, had it stuck in my mind, and you got that.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
The devil is alive, but we'll be right back anyway.
Hi, DBL Nation. We are back here with Wayne, and Travis is here. But Wayne
tight,
had
little
him
Wayne.
do something during that break, so let's see if we can
Take
figure
such
out
good
what's
care.
going on.
Yeah. So I basically
told him,
start thinking of
I don't
somebody
know
and all
what
the
we'd do
people you
without
know. Think of
Well,
a person. So
I made sure
are you
you'll have
thinking of a
help even
person right
after
now?
I'm gone.
Cool.
After you're
now
gone.
the hard part. I have to try to
Mom,
figure
you
out what
okay?
you're thinking. Now, did you
Everything
tell
is
anyone what you're thinking
fine.
or no?
No.
Just
Okay,
so you
awesome.
know,
And
I
no
got a
one knows
life
this person.
insurance.
Great. So nobody here knows this person?
Yeah.
So it's just a random person that's in your mind right now. And obviously I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
It would
no
be
way.
impossible.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about you.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
I forget your name over.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it? Would you?
Travis.
Travis.
Yeah.
Officially.
Yeah,
Right.
Wayne.
Okay. So now the weird stuff. Think of the name. Just think of it.
Okay.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, the viewers are going to see what I'm getting as I'm getting it, all right? Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There was another person in your mind for like a split second, and you almost went with them, and then you switched it to a different person. I don't know if you thought in your mind it was too obvious or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm getting that you ended on a male figure. I'm getting a line. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Is the person younger than you?
No.
Older? Okay, because I'm getting two different people. Something like this. Is it a relative?
No.
Okay, interesting. This is what I'm getting from you, and everybody at home, you guys can see this. For the first time out loud, tell us what name are you thinking of?
Luke.
Whoa! No!
Get out of here. Yeah, he lives in Nashville. I was thinking we're going to Mexico in a few weeks, and that's what came to my mind because we were just texting about a trip we're taking. So
nice.
Wait, was it good? Was it good?
Enjoy your trip.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Pounders right here. That was good. Good. Yeah, I always thought I wanted my name to be Luke.
Welcome back to DBL. Jason Ritter is best known for his movies and TV roles, but did you know he could sing too? Earlier, Lindsey Granger sat down with him to talk about his part in Frozen 2 and his famous dad, John Ritter, of course. That's in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Jason Ritter, welcome to DBL. So Frozen was one of the highest grossing animated films of all time, and then Frozen 2 surpassed it. How did you feel coming into such a huge franchise, and was it even intimidating?
It was super intimidating. As a new character, there's a possibility in your head that you could ruin it all. So I'm happy that I didn't.
Everyone ready?
Ready. I could use a rehearsal. I love love.
Wait, you talk for them too?
I do.
And this isn't your first time in the cartoon world. What's the best thing about playing an animated character?
Just that the final product is so wildly different from your experience of it. You're in a room that's sometimes very, very quiet, and then months later you get to see all of this work that's been done by all these incredible animators and the directors and the sound, and all of a sudden your voice is transported to a magical land, and it's like a magic trick.
I always think that you guys get to dress down in that room. Is that true?
I have heard the rumors. I've never been brave enough to show up like in my pajamas, like people say you can do as a voice actor.
I heard you had to sing in your audition for Frozen 2, but the song was ultimately cut from the movie.
I did have to sing.
Is there any chance I can get a little snippet?
I remember that there was the word sky in it, and it went kind of like sky.
Oh, listen.
That's all I can remember.
I am the worst singer in the world, so that was brilliant.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm not warmed up. I just off the cuff.
We here at DBL are huge fans of your father, John. He was famous for his role on Three's Company and appeared in several children's movies. How does your dad's legacy inspire your career choices?
He really wanted to tell stories that interested him, and he had so much fun. He loved to work. He also saw the importance in doing things that everyone could enjoy, and one of the great joys of his later career was doing the voice of Clifford the Big Red Dog. He loved kids coming up to him and recognizing his voice, and the ways that we affect people it varies, and you have to kind of change it up a little bit to reach new people.
So true. Jason, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Honestly, one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. Frozen 2 is on Blu-ray and digital today. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Good. I feel like I'm talking to like a star. Okay. Really quickly, a lot of people writing in, they're like, can you do the Coke thing with vodka? Someone wrote that. Can you fill it up with vodka? Are you married, and do you have trouble dating because you read people's minds?
Yeah, so I usually do it with kegs, raise the keg. But yeah, I could do vodka. But I do, yes, you can do it with pretty much anything. Yeah, I just picked that because why not? Yeah, because I could. And you had them in the green room, and you had bottles of water. It was one of the two. Anyway, married, I'm engaged.
Mazel tov.
Dating is always a treat because I know what people are thinking, and I can tell if people are lying. So I have to run everything through a filter. I have to go, okay, what would a normal person do in this situation? So if I know something, I don't necessarily say it. I react in a way that's natural. So I have to put everything I do through a filter.
Interesting. It's exhausting.
It's life.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're used to it with the routine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people writing in. There is something called a cold read, which is incredibly hard to do, but in which you even said it. Oh, Sam's wearing something natural. You sort of look at things, and at one point I saw you doing this with a pen or something. You're doing a lot of things all at once. Am I right?
The hardest part is making it look like I'm doing nothing. Now, what I did here was not cold reading,
right?
Because that's general statements like you like
a liver.
You like sunshine. Getting a specific flower and a daisy and getting a specific word, that's getting specific. You don't do that in cold reading.
Is that using only... Are you using sort of signals, or are you also going deeper?
So
does that make sense to you?
This is the best analogy I can give you to explain it briefly. If you ask a contractor, a person who builds homes, if you say, hey, what tool do you use to build a home? You can't answer that.
Right.
They have a toolbox that they go to depending on the specific moment. And I do the same thing. So I have hundreds of tools that I use and access depending on the situation, the person, the moment, and I'm doing a million different things all at the same time.
It's like the Da Vinci of thought, you know what I mean? Well, real pleasure. If you can stick around for a little bit, we would love to have you. If you can't, I understand you have to go to your cave or your something castle. I'm like, the Bat Cave. It's unbelievable. But I do want to say, if you watched earlier, Kelly said, what am I eating for dinner? And he said, what's in my pocket? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go on vacation? She said, Maui. What would you eat? Fish. And he goes, what's this in my pocket? And folded up in a Post-it note was the words Maui and fish. Okay, I feel like I'm talking to like a star. Okay, really quickly, a lot of people writing in, they're like, can you do the Coke thing with vodka? Someone wrote that. Can you fill it up with vodka? Are you married, and does your...
Hi, welcome to Deal Blast. I'm Denise Plant, and we are kicking off today's deals with the gorgeous Laura Ashley Ladies Mesh Facet Dial Magnet Closure Watch. It's a round dial strap, and the watch is beautiful with stainless steel, plus moisture-resistant analog display. Check it out. Normally as much as $395. Today, $25 with a savings up to 94% off. Next, Cortex International Blowout Bundle. It includes dryer, round barrel brush, 2 rollers, and a concentrator nozzle. Reduces drying time by 50%. It's great for all hair types, and it has salon quality technology, so it minimizes heat damage. Normally you would pay as much as $200, but today $39 with a savings up to 81% off. It's the Paracone MD Advanced Firming Collection for face and eye. It includes depuffing eye gel, facial cream, and firming moisturizer. The perfect tool to revitalize skin during the summer, and of course it protects against sun damage. It helps visibly lift that sagging skin. You would normally pay as much as $800, but today for Deal Blast, $59, a savings up to 93% off. Finally, the Vivitar Exfoliating Pore Cleanser. This is an absolute must. Includes 4 attachments: pore cleanser, skin softener, skin tightener, and fine line corrector. Plus, it has a powerful suction to really clean the pores. Normally you would pay as much as $89, but today only $19 with a savings up to 79% off. That's your Deal Blast. To buy these right now, go to morningsave.com and hit Daily Blast Live Deal Blast.
Ooh, sweet deals. Sweet deals. I need that eye cream, the little firmness.
Eye cream?
Yeah, it's been a lot of stress on me this year, Erica.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Yeah.
You need something in Deal Blast that involves sympathy.
Oh dear.
Should you give him a hug? Anyone want to give him a hug?
He'll be all right. He'll survive. He'll get it together. It's all right.
It's almost Friday, everybody. Hang in there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Thursday.